Okay, number 8 in GymBed explorations, we're finally going to transition from our back with this side lying pretzel stretch. And we're going to work it two ways, both in the passive method and the active method. So I'm going to show you once again with my head towards the camera. I think that's better for a couple reasons. And I'm going to have you start with the pillow. As long as the pillow is helping you keep the neck neutral. So if you want to use, a rolled up something, towel, or roll the pillow, or take away a pillow, whatever you need to do so that your neck is more in line with the rest of your spine. So we'll start from there, and we'll start on our back, okay, to kind of test that, to make sure that your neck feels relatively neutral. Now we're going to basically go ahead and shift to the side. So we're doing one side at a time. So go ahead and shift to one side. And this is a rotation, mobility rotation for the thoracic spine. So even though we're on our side, try not to think that this is a lower back twist, okay? You'll see why. So first part of, once you have your head set up, the second part of the setup will be your legs. And the first thing we're going to do is bring the top leg up above 90. So if this is 90, we're going to bring it up slightly and grab under your knee. Then the second hand is going to take that to lower leg and grab the top of the foot. Grab the top of the foot and pull it as far back and towards your bum as possible, okay? So you've got a couple of stretches that might be going on. Definitely the quad of the bottom leg and some hip stretch going up here. Now from here, the stretch actually is that we're trying to lay back down again by pressing this top shoulder back towards the bed. And you could do it in increments of holding it. Okay, and you might take the pillow away and try it that way, okay? So the focus is in your thoracic spine, trying to get this shoulder to the floor while you're getting all this bonus work happening at the same time, okay? Keeping this knee up towards you a bit is going to prevent you from having this leg trying to create more of a lumbar spine twist, okay? We want to focus on the thoracic spine, your upper back rotating. All right. Now, the active part, the position is exactly the same, okay? So I'm just going to show you on this side, though. So we'll set up here. The bottom leg gets pulled, the top leg. Now, the active part is that we're going to act as if the hand and the leg, or the hand and the foot, are trying to press out against each other. So you'll engage those muscles and you'll hold that. Okay, so bottom leg, top leg. So this leg is trying to push that way, the hand is pushing back. Okay, this hand is trying to push up in this manner. This foot is trying to push down against the hand, okay? So isometric squeeze. Go ahead and make sure your abs are engaged as well, and then relax into a passive position and do it again. And then also add that rotation so that your shoulder goes back, down towards the bed. And as always, notice the difference between both sides. So it's an active press against each other, okay? and then you will relax. Okay. The other important thing is throughout this whole thing is to actually try to breathe deeply. Okay, so most of the time I say don't worry about just worry about breathing normally. In this case, because we're trying to get closer and closer and closer to the bed with that rotation, we want to breathe into it as fully as possible to help that relaxation happen and get that mobility unlocked through your thoracic spine. Okay, so play around with this one because we're adding in the element of your quad flexibility, your hip flexibility, which might totally differ for you or for each side, you know, on top of the thoracic mobility. So there's a lot of elements that play here. So go ahead and play around with the position until you feel a good, you know, that it should feel really good, that your cue that you're doing it right will be number one, no pain, and then number two, that it feels good, and that at least two of those three areas we mentioned are getting some good flexibility. All right, so you might be able to pull your leg back way further than I did for the quad flexibility. So if you have more quad flexibility, okay, and you might not have any problem. I felt the difference on my left and right side in getting the shoulder back. Okay, so always play around and figure out what is the right level for you in something like this where there's a lot of play and a lot of room. And as long as you understand what parts of the body should be, you know, moving or stretching, then that's really all you need to look at versus, right, trying to get into the same body shape of the pose as somebody else who, you know, has a different body, has different flexibility and mobility and strength as you. So always connect.